I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next we have one theorem, C statement. An edge E of a graph G, an edge E of a graph G is bridge if and only if an edge E is not a not a part of any cycle in graph G. Okay, so here just we have given that G is a graph with an edge E. Then we have to prove that that edge is a bridge if and only if it is not a part of any cycle in G. As here we have to prove the if and only if statement, then we have to prove the theorem in two parts. First one is nothing but the only part, and second one is the if part. So first part we will assume that E is a bridge, and we will prove that it is not a part of any cycle in G, and in conversely in second part. Okay, so prove only if part. Let E is a bridge. Let an edge E is a bridge. To prove that E is not a part of any cycle in graph G. So for proving E is not a part of any cycle in G, here we will assume that E is a part of some cycle in graph G. Okay, if possible, if possible, suppose that suppose that E is a part of some cycle in graph G. In G. And let U and V be the end vertices of the edge E of an edge E. Okay. Thus, actually here we have taken U and V as the end vertices of E. Now there are two possibilities. If suppose E is a loop, then U and V must be same. And if E is not a loop, then E is an edge which is incident on two vertices U and V. Okay, if possible, suppose that E is a loop. If E is a loop and whenever we will remove that edge E from graph G, then we will get G minus E as a subgraph of a graph G. Now tell me, if E is a loop, then what? Whenever we will remove E from graph G, then what is the effect or the number of connected components in G and the number of connected components in G minus E?
Seems.
Same. And whenever, second possibility is that E is not an loop. If E is not an loop, but here there is a cycle in graph G and E is a edge which is incident on U and V. Now here there are two possibilities. That is, there are two paths from vertices U and V. First is nothing but through edge E, and second one is a path some P which does not involve an edge E. So whenever we will remove an edge E from that path, then again U and V are connected by a path P in G minus E also. So now this is true for any two vertices X and Y in G minus E. So G minus E is again a connected graph. So number of connected components in G and number of connected components in G minus E are again same.
Yes, sir.
So whenever the number of connected components in G and G minus E are same, then whether we can say that E is an bridge.
No, sir.
So E is not a bridge. So this will be contradiction to our supposition that is E is an edge of a graph. Sorry, E is a bridge of a graph G. So our assumption is wrong. Which assumption is wrong? E is a part of some cycle in G is a wrong assumption. It means E is not a part of any cycle in G. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
जितकं सांगितलं तितकं लिहायची गरज आहे का? का लक्षात राहील?
समजले, सर.
सगळ्यांना समजले ना? पॉसिबिलिटी काय आहे, फक्त आपण सपोज काय केलंय, ई हा पार्ट नाहीये कोणत्याही सायकलचं नाहीये हे प्रूव्ह करायचंय. त्यासाठी सपोज काय केलं आपण, ई हा एक मेंबर असेल कोणत्या तरी सायकलचा, ज्याचे एंड व्हर्टायसेस यू आणि व्ही असतील. आता एंड व्हर्टायसेसवर परत कंडिशन आहे, एक तर यू आणखीन व्ही सेम असतील किंवा डिस्टिंक्ट असतील. यू आणखीन व्ही जरी सेम जरी असले तर त्या केसमध्ये ई काय असेल, लूप असेल. आणखी लूप जेव्हा आपण काढून टाकतो, रिमूव्ह करतो, तेव्हा नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कंपोनंटवर काहीही फरक पडत नाही. म्हणजे त्या केसमध्येही माझं ई ब्रिज होणार नाही. सेकंड केस काय आहे, यू आणखीन व्ही मध्ये एज ई असेल, आणखीन यू अँड व्ही हे दोन डिस्टिंक्ट व्हर्टायसेस. पण सायकल असल्यामुळे ई जरी एज काढून टाकला तरी परत एक पाथ मला पी मिळेल ज्यामध्ये व्हर्टायसेस यू अँड व्ही आर कनेक्टेड. म्हणजे परत नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कॉम्पोनंट्स जी आणि जी मायनस ई मध्ये सेमच आहे. म्हणजे त्या केसमध्ये ई ही माझी ब्रिजच होणार नाही, कारण ई जर ब्रिज असेल then obviously number of connected components in G are strictly less than the number of connected components in G minus E. But here, in both the cases, we have number of connected components in G is same as a number of connected components in G minus E. And this one is not possible since we have given that E is a bridge. So, our assumption will be wrong. Which assumption is not wrong? That is, E is a part of some cycle in G is a wrong assumption. It means that E is not a part of any cycle in G. E is not a part of any cycle in G. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the second case, that is the if part. If part. Let E is not a part of any cycle in graph G. Any cycle in graph G. And we have to prove that E is a bridge. Okay. As we have given that E is not a part of any cycle in G, as given that E is not a part of any cycle in graph G, let us suppose that the end vertices of E are the end vertices of an edge E are U and V. So, as E is not a part of any cycle in D, it means there is only one path from any two vertices in a graph G, that is U and V. As E is an edge having end vertices are U and V, it means there is only one path from vertices U to V. Therefore, there is only one path. There is only one path from U to V. From U to V. Now, as there is only one path from U to V, so whenever we will remove an edge E from graph G, then G minus E becomes a disconnected graph.
Yes, sir.
In which U is belonging to one component G1 and V is belonging to another component G2. So, what should be the relation between the number of connected components in G and number of connected components in G minus E?
Strictly less than.
Strictly less than. So, whenever we remove an edge E from G, then graph G minus E has more connected components than G has. So by the definition of bridge, as G minus E has more connected components than the graph G, which implies that E is a bridge,
Yes, sir.
and that is we have to prove, and hence the proof. Okay. So if there is a graph G, then an edge E of a graph G is said to be a bridge if and only if it is not a part of any cycle in V, and that is we have. Okay. कुणाला काही doubt यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Next, one more result is there. Let G be a connected graph. Let G be an connected graph. Then G is tree if and only if every edge of graph G, every edge of G is bridge. That is, if and only if for every E of a graph G, the subgraph G minus E has two components. It means whenever we will remove an edge E from graph G, then the corresponding subgraph G minus E. So that is corresponding graph G is a disconnected graph. Okay, so what should be we have given? G be a connected graph. Then it becomes a tree if and only if its every edge is a bridge. Then only the corresponding graph G is a tree, otherwise it is not a tree, and vice versa also. Okay. So again we have to prove this in two parts. Two only if part. Only if part. Okay. Let G be a connected graph and it is a tree. Let G be an connected graph. And in first case, we will assume that it is a tree graph and G is a tree. And we have to prove that its every edge is a bridge. Now to prove that every edge of graph G is a tree. Sorry, is a bridge. It's a bridge. Okay. As G is a tree. As G is tree. It means G must be acyclic.
Yes.
G is acyclic graph. And G is acyclic graph. It means there is no cycle in a graph G. Okay. And we have supposed that G is a tree. From that one, we have G is a acyclic graph. As G is a cyclic graph, then it has no cycle. As it has no cycle, then by the previous theorem, what should be the previous theorem? And if edge E of a graph G is bridge if and only if E is not a part of any cycle in G. As here E is a member of this tree, and as this is a tree, it is a acyclic. It means that it is bridge.
Bridge.
Yes. So every edge of a graph G, as G is acyclic, which implies every edge of a graph G, every edge of G is not a part of any cycle in G, since it is a acyclic graph. Part of any cycle in cycleच नाहीये तर एखादा एज एखाद्या सायकलचा मेंबर कसं होईल ना. Okay, so any edge E of a graph G is not a part of any cycle in G. But by previous theorem, as E is not a part of any cycle in G, it means it is a bridge. So by previous theorem, and it is true for every edge. Previous theorem, every edge of G is a bridge. Okay, and that is we have to prove. So the first part will be okay. Kunal, काही doubt यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Now the second part. If part. In that we have to assume that every edge of a graph G is a bridge, and we have to prove that G is a tree. And already we have G is a connected graph. So let G is a connected graph. And each edge of graph G is bridge. And we have to prove that G is a tree. And what is a tree? Tree is nothing but a connected acyclic graph. And already we have connected graph is given. That is G is a connected graph and each edge of G is a bridge. To prove that it is a acyclic graph. So to prove that G is tree, it is sufficient to prove that it is sufficient to prove that G is acyclic. G is acyclic. And for proving G is acyclic, if possible, suppose that there is a cycle in graph G. So if possible, suppose that, if possible, suppose that, suppose that G is cyclic. It means there is a cycle in graph G. And if suppose E be an edge which belonging to that cycle. So if G is cyclic, if G is cyclic, then an edge E of graph G is bridge or not?
No, sir.
Obviously, as G is a cyclic, then any two vertices have two paths from, if you and we are any two vertices of that cycle, then there are two paths from vertices U to V. So whenever we will remove any edge E from that graph G, then that one is not a bridge. So if G is a cyclic, then any edge E of a graph G is not a bridge. Graph G is not a bridge. But this will be contradicts to our supposition that every edge of a graph G is bridge. It contradicts to our assumption that, contradicts to our assumption or supposition that, our supposition that every edge of G is bridge. So our supposition is wrong. Hence our assumption is wrong. Which assumption is wrong?
G is cyclic.
That is, there is a cycle in graph G, which implies G is acyclic. G is acyclic. Already we have, and already, sorry, D, G is connected. So which implies that G is a connected acyclic graph, and hence G is a tree. And that is we have to prove, and hence the required result. Okay, so any graph, any connected graph G is a tree if and only if every edge of that graph G is a bridge. Okay, कुणाला काही doubt यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Okay. Again, we have one theorem. Let G be a graph with with n vertices and q edges. Let G be a graph with n vertices and q edges, and W of G denotes the number of connected components in G, number of connected components in graph G, then G has at least n minus component of G number of edges. Okay, so what should be we have given? G is one graph with n vertices and q number of edges, and W of G is nothing but the number of connected components in graph G. Then we have to prove that the graph G has n minus component of G, at least n minus component of G number of edges. Okay, and we will prove this by theorem by using the mathematical induction on the number of edges or the number of vertices. कोणावर अप्लाय करावं लागेल?
Number of edges.
Obviously, as here we have to prove the result for number of edges, then we have to apply the mathematical induction on number of edges. So we will prove this theorem by using mathematical induction on Q. Induction on Q, since graph G has Q number of edges. First tell me, एखाद्या ग्राफला कमीत कमी किती एजेस असतील? असू शकतात किंवा असतील. जर ग्राफ जी असेल त्यामध्ये जर मला एखादा ग्राफ जी असा ड्रॉ करायचा आहे की त्यामध्ये मला कमीत कमी एजेस घ्यायचे तर तो ग्राफ कसा असू शकतो? व्हर्टायसेस तर n आहे तर माझ्याकडे ऑलरेडी, आणखीन क्यू एजेस आहेत, तर क्यू ची संख्या कमीत कमी किती असू शकते एखाद्या ग्राफसाठी?
Zero, sir.
0 असू शकते. So first possibility is nothing but q will be equal to 0. So first case is step 1, let q equal to 0. As q is equal to 0, that it means there is no edge in a graph G, but it has n number of vertices. Now tell me, if number of edges in a graph G are 0, and it has n number of vertices, then how many connected components for this corresponding graph G?
N.
Obviously n, since each vertex contributes one connected components.
Yes, sir.
That is, an a graph G contains no edge. Contains no edge. So each vertex of G contributes one connected component. One connected components. So the number of connected components in graph G are
N.
which is equal to n. Now actually we have to prove that the graph G has at least n minus component of G edges. It means we have to prove that n minus component of G is less equal by 2. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So consider n minus component of G for this case. Hence n minus component of G is equal to n. How many components for this case? Which are n minus n, which is equal to 0, which is obviously less equal by q, since q is also 0 here.
Yes, sir.
So which implies n minus component of G is less equal by q. So the result will be true for the first case. Hence result is true. Result is true in this case. Let's step 2 is there. In step 2, let's take q is equal to 1. As q is equal to 1, it means the graph G has one edge. Now there are two possibilities: either that edge is a loop or it is incident on two distinct vertices. Correct?
Yes.
Hai na? So edge E, if E is an edge of a graph G, then it has two possibilities: either E is a loop or it is incident on two distinct vertices. Now if suppose E is a loop, then what should be the number of connected components in graph G? Actually, graph G has n vertices and there is only one edge in graph G. And if it is a loop, then what are the number of connected components in graph G?
N, sir.
If here we will assume that E is a edge, let E be an edge, and which is only one. Let E be an edge. And if E is a loop, if E is a loop, then number of connected components in G will be n. And if E is incident on two distinct vertices, incident on two distinct vertices, then what are the number of connected components in G? टोटल वर्टायसेस n आहेत, त्यामध्ये एक एज अशी आहे
n
जी
plus
की
1.
दोन यस टोटल पूर्ण आहे का? टोटल वर्टायसेस n आहेत, त्यामध्ये एक एज ई आहे जे की दोन एजेसवर इन्सिडेंट आहे आणि ती एकच एज आहे त्या ग्राफला. तर टोटल नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स किती असतील?
N, sir.
अरे 5 वर्टेक्स आहेत, 5 वर्टेक्स मधले पहिल्या 2 वर्टेक्सवर एक एज आहे. टोटल वर्टेक्स किती आहेत? 5 आहेत. तर नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट किती झाले?
N plus 1.
शुद्धीवर आहेत ना तुम्ही? एनच वर्टेक्स, एन वर्टेक्स जर प्रत्येक वर्टेक्स जरी एक कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट दिला तरी फक्त एनच कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट येतात. n+1 कसं होईल? टोटल 5 व्हर्टेक्स 1 2 3 4 5 एक एज आहे जे की 2 डिस्टिंक्ट व्हर्टेक्स वर इन्सिडेंट आहे. तर टोटल नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट किती झाले त्या केसमध्ये? हा ग्राफ जी आहे माझा आता n इक्वल टू 5. इथं कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट किती आहेत? 4 आहेत ना. हा 1 आणखी 2 हा कनेक्टेड आहे. हा एक माझा G1 देईल, हा G2 देईल, हा G3 देईल, हा G4 देईल. इज इट क्लिअर?
येस सर.
जर एज ई ही जर 2 डिस्टिंक्ट व्हर्टायसेस वर जर इन्सिडेंट असेल तर त्या केसमध्ये माझे नंबर ऑफ कनेक्टेड कंपोनेंट्स काय असतील? n-1. सगळ्यांना क्लिअर आहे का हे?
Yes, sir.
येस सर.
Obviously from that one we can conclude that which implies number of connected components in G will be greater or equal by n-1 whenever Q is equal to 1. It is equal to n-1 whenever edge E is incident on 2 distinct vertices and it is equal to n whenever E is a loop. एक तर n-1 असेल किंवा n असेल. n-1 पेक्षा कमी असू शकते का?
नो सर.
ऑब्विसली नाही, कारण एज एकच आहे ना माझ्याकडे. तर ते n-1 पेक्षा कमी कधीच नसणार आहे ना. लेट अस मल्टिप्लाय बोथ साइड बाय मायनस साइन. इज देयर इज एनी इफेक्ट ऑन इट्स इनइक्वालिटी?
Yes, sir.
Obviously it is less equal. So n minus of component of G is less equal by minus of n plus 1. Add n on both sides. N minus component of G is less equal by n minus of n, which is 0 and 1. And it is equal to Q. So which implies n minus component of G is less equal by Q, since Q has, that is second case, has only one edge. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Thus the result is true for Q equal to 1 also. So the result holds. Result is true if Q is equal to 1. In third step, we will assume that it is true for some Q equal to K. Step 3. Let us suppose that the result is true for Q equal to some K. That is, if the graph G has K number of edges, then that is n minus component of G is less equal by K, that is which is equal to Q. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Now we have to prove that the result holds for Q equal to K plus 1. Step 4 is there. To prove that the result is true for Q equal to K plus 1. That is, we have to prove that n minus component of G is less equal by this K plus 1. Okay. Now, a given graph G contains K plus 1 number of edges. That is, a given graph G contains K plus 1 number of edges, and E be an edge among these K plus 1 number of edges, and E is one among them. So whenever we remove an edge E from graph G, then G minus E has how many number of edges?
K.
Which is K. If we remove E from G, then we get one subgraph. Then this subgraph G minus E has K edges. And by step 3, whenever there is a graph with K number of edges, then n minus component of G is less equal by K. Then by step 3, we can write, we have काय लिहू शकतो? Graph G minus E has K number of edges. And if there is a graph with K number of edges, then n minus component of G is less equal by K. but here graph is G minus E, which implies N minus component of G minus E is less equal by K. Is it clear?
Yes.
But by Breach theorem. But by Breach theorem, component of G minus E is less equal by component of G plus 1. And whenever we multiply both sides by negative sign, then the inequality reverses, which implies minus of component of G minus E is greater or equal by minus of component of G minus of 1. Add N on both sides. We get N minus component of G minus E is greater or equal by N minus component of G minus of 1. But actually it is nothing but, sorry, N minus component of G minus 1. That is N minus component of G minus 1 is less equal by N minus component of G minus E. But N minus component of G minus E is less equal by K from this star. From star. So what should be the relation between N minus component of G minus 1 and K? Obviously it is less equal by K.
Yes, sir.
Which implies N minus component of G minus 1 is less equal by K. Just add 1 on both sides, which implies N minus component of G is less equal by K plus 1.
Yes,
Yes or no? Thus the result is true for Q equal to K plus 1 also, which is nothing but Q.
yes,
Thus the result is true for Q equal to K plus 1. Hence, by principle of mathematical induction, we can conclude that the result is true for any value of Q. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Therefore, by step 1, 2, 3, and 4, the result is true for all Q. The result is true for all Q. That is we have to prove. Hence the proof. Yes, up to now, any doubt?
No, sir.
नक्की ना?
Yes, sir.
Now there are some note. First one. Let G be a connected graph with n vertices, then G has at least n minus 1 edges. Let G be a connected graph with n vertices, then G has at least n minus 1 edges. Is it correct or not? एखादा जर
Yes,
ग्राफ असेल, जर कनेक्टेड म्हणायचं असेल, तर कमीत कमी मला n मायनस 1 एजेस तर लागतील. प्रत्येक वर्टेक्स मध्ये जर कमीत कमी आपण एक जरी एज घेतलं तरी कमीत कमी मला किती एजेस लागतील n वर्टायसेस जॉईन करायला? n मायनस 1 लागतील. एकापेक्षा जास्त असू शकतात, एक दोन वर्टेक्स मध्ये एकापेक्षा जास्त असतील तर ऑब्विसली नंबर ऑफ एजेस वाढतील माझे, पण कमीत कमी किती लागतील? n मायनस 1 लागतील.
yes, sir.
That is, in other words, if G be a graph with n vertices, then it is not possible to draw a graph that is a connected graph with less than n minus 1 number of edges. Connected graph with less than n minus 1 number of edges. Okay, now second note. Let G be a graph. G be a graph with n vertices, then the following three statements are equivalent. Then the following three statements are equivalent. That is actually we have proved two theorems. If G is a connected graph with n vertices and n minus one number of edges, then it is a tree. And second one is G be an acyclic graph with n vertices and n minus one number of edges, then it is again a tree. So these three statements, which are those? That is G is a tree, G is an acyclic graph with n minus one edges, and G is a connected graph with n minus one number of edges. First one is G is a tree. Second one, G is an acyclic graph with n minus 1 edges. And third one, G is an connected graph with n minus 1 edges. Okay. Since we know the theorems, that is, whenever there is a connected graph with n number of vertices and n minus 1 number of edges, then it becomes tree. If it is tree, then obviously it is a cyclic graph and it has n minus 1 number of edges. Same for if G be an acyclic graph with n minus 1 number of edges and n vertices, then again it is tree. And if it is tree, then it is a connected acyclic graph. That is, it is a connected graph with n minus 1 number of edges. And if it is a tree, then obviously it is connected and acyclic and it has n minus 1 number of edges. इज इट क्लिअर?
येस सर.
या दोन नोट मध्ये जर कोणाला काही डाऊट असेल तर विचारू शकता. येस सर. नो?
नो सर.
Okay. Now the next concept is nothing but the spanning tree. Let's see first definition. What is actual spanning tree? Let G be a connected graph, then it is said to be let G be a connected graph, then H is said to be a spanning tree of graph G, spanning tree of a graph G if it is a spanning subgraph of G, subgraph of graph G, which is tree. याचं मीनिंग सांगा मला काय. स्पॅनिंग ट्री म्हणजे काय, कन्सेप्ट काय आहे? If there is a graph G which is a connected graph, then any subgraph H of a graph G is said to be a spanning tree of a graph G if it is a spanning subgraph of G which is tree. स्पॅनिंग ट्री कोण होईल? स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ कोण असायला पाहिजे? आणखी ट्री कोण आहे? G be a connected graph, then H is said to be a spanning tree of a graph G if it is a spanning subgraph of a graph G which is tree. Yes. कोण काय असायला हवं? सांगणार आहेत ना? सांगा लवकर.
H हा स्पॅनिंग ट्री ऑफ G असेल जर H हा स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ असेल G चा जेव्हा G हा ट्री असेल.
जेव्हा जी हा ट्री असेल, जर जी ला तुम्ही ट्री घेतला तर त्याचा कोणताही सबग्राफ हा ट्रीच येतो. काय डाऊट आहे काय?
नो सर.
मग का वेगळं डिफाईन करायची काय गरज आहे ना स्पॅनिंग ट्री असा कन्सेप्ट. ऑब्विस आहे ना, जी हा माझा जर ट्री असेल म्हणजे कनेक्टेड असायक्लिक असेल. जर तुम्ही त्याचा कोणताही कनेक्टेड सबग्राफ घेतला तर तो असायक्लिकच असणार आहे. प्रत्येक प्रत्येक सबग्राफ ट्रीचा हा ट्रीच येईल. स्पॅनिंग ट्री काय सांगितलेलं सगळं बरोबर आहे, फक्त जो स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ घेणार आहे तो आपण एच तोच ट्री असला पाहिजे. जी फक्त मला कनेक्टेड दिलाय ना, दुसरी काही कंडिशन दिली नाही. जी हा माझा फक्त कनेक्टेड ग्राफ आहे. या कनेक्टेड ग्राफचा एच हा स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ असला पाहिजे जो की ट्री आला पाहिजे, तर तो स्पॅनिंग ट्री होईल. अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट अ स्पॅनिंग ट्री. क्लिअर आहे?
येस सर.
ट्री कोण आहे लक्षात आहे ना? इथंच कन्फ्युज होतं फक्त. विच इज ट्री म्हणल्यामुळे जी हा ट्री वाटतो, पण जी ट्री आहे का नाही चेक करायचं नाही. ट्री कोण आहे का नाही चेक करायचं आहे. जो स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ घेणार आहे तो ट्री असला पाहिजे. तर त्याला काय म्हणणार आहे आपण? स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफी आहे, ट्री आहे, म्हणून तो काय होईल? स्पॅनिंग ट्री. क्लिअर आहे का?
येस सर.
Or definition is there. A spanning tree of a connected graph G is the spanning subgraph of G which is a tree. इथं क्लिअर होईल?
येस सर.
Okay. Suppose we have one graph G. This will be a graph G with vertex set V and edge set E. I will take this one has some H1. One more. Here and is joining between V2 and V3 to V5 also. This will be some H3. Yes, is H1 is a spanning tree?
नो सर. vertex set is not same.
As the vertex same of H1, but why? इथं vertex set सेमच असला पाहिजे.
Spanning subgraph.
Spanning subgraph. What is a spanning subgraph? Any subgraph of graph G is said to be a spanning subgraph of graph G if it has the same number of vertices as the graph G and it has less or equal to number of edges than the graph G. Okay, as H1 has only 4 vertices and graph G has 6 vertices, so H1 is not a spanning subgraph of G. Tree बघायची गरजच नाही. Spanning subgraphच नाहीये तर तो spanning tree होण्यासाठी spanning subgraph पाहिजे. जो spanning subgraph नाहीये तो spanning tree होणार नाही. Not a spanning tree. What about H2?
Yes, sir.
Has same number of vertices as the graph D and it is a tree since it is a connected acyclic graph. So it is a tree. So it is a spanning tree. What about H3?
Yes, sir.
It is also a spanning tree. What about H4?
No, sir.
Why?
It contains cycle.
कोणती? Can we give one cycle?
V2 to V6, V6 to V5, V5 to V3, and V3 to V2.
So this one is not a spanning tree. Okay, clear as spanning tree concept?
Yes, sir.
What is a spanning tree? Spanning tree is nothing but if we have a connected graph G, then any spanning subgraph H of a graph G is said to be a spanning tree if it is a tree. First check करा तो spanning subgraph आहे का? जर spanning subgraph असेल तर तो tree असेल. Spanning subgraph साठी मोठी काही गोष्ट करायची नाही. Spanning subgraphला काय कंडिशन आहे? फक्त सेम नंबर ऑफ वर्टिसेस पाहिजे. एजेस बघायचंच नाही. जर वर्टेक्स सेट सेम असेल दिलेल्या ग्राफशी तर तो स्पॅनिंग सबग्राफ ऑलवेज असेल. मग ट्री आहे का नाही चेक करा. Then the corresponding H is said to be a spanning tree. Okay.